Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we're looking at a paper trending on X, published on August 3rd, 2025, so just about 4 days ago. This paper introduces a new unsupervised method that can find and separate meaningful concepts inside a model's internal representations. It does this really well, achieving an average Gini coefficient of 0.71 on known circuits in GPT-2. A Gini coefficient here is a measure of concentration, so that high value shows the method is great at isolating specific information. The paper is titled Decomposing Representation Space into Interpretable Subspaces with Unsupervised Learning, and this provides a powerful new tool for mechanistic interpretability. The authors show their method scales up to 2 billion parameter models, successfully identifying separate subspaces for things like context versus stored knowledge. Alright, and the work is already getting some good attention online. One of the authors, Xinting Huang, posted a detailed thread on X, basically summarizing the key ideas. They framed the research by asking if models store information in subspaces, much like variables in a computer program. The thread then explains how their method works, showing it scales from small toy models all the way up to 2 billion parameter models. The initial post alone has already picked up nearly 300 likes, so there's clearly a lot of interest in this approach. Alright, so to see how this works, the authors give a nice illustration. They show that if you have separate groups of features, like these blue and orange arrows, a correct split of the space makes the data points cluster together. An incorrect split spreads them out. This is the core idea of minimizing neighbor distances. And you can see the result here. Before the method is applied, the features are all mixed. But afterwards, it successfully separates them into two clean, independent blocks, recovering the hidden structure. Okay, so moving to the quantitative results. This table details the performance of Neighbor Distance Minimization on GPT-2 Small. The authors compared against several baselines, like a random split and two versions of PCA. The scores here are Gini coefficients, where higher means better concentration of information. And you can see the average score for Neighbor Distance Minimization is 0.71, which is well above the satisfactory threshold of 0.6. In contrast, the best baseline only reaches 0.38, a really strong result. Okay, so beyond the strong numbers, what do these subspaces actually represent? This figure gives a fantastic qualitative look. Here, the authors analyze 4 different subspaces from the same layer in GPT-2 Small, all for the same input token A. What they find is amazing. One subspace clearly encodes the current token itself. Another one encodes the previous token, under. A third subspace tracks the token's position in the sequence, and the last one captures the broader topic of the text. This really shows how different interpretable concepts are cleanly separated. Building on that, the method also scales to much larger models. These charts show results from a 1.5 billion parameter QN model, where the authors use a technique called subspace patching. This is like swapping out a small part of the model's thinking to see what changes. And you can see on the left, it finds one subspace that handles parametric knowledge, or what the model has memorized, and a different subspace that handles context knowledge, which is information from the prompt itself. This separation is incredibly clean. So in the end, this work offers a powerful new tool for mechanistic interpretability. By minimizing neighbor distances, the method can automatically decompose a model's internal thinking into these clean, independent subspaces that seem to function like variables. That's it for this episode.